Hey yo, this is Fonz,
Quan.
and welcome to another show. We're glad that you decided to tune in with us. Do us a favor. First, like, share, subscribe, because that's going to help us out. For real. That's really going to help us out. Also, if you're on Facebook or whatever, go to the Back Porch Sports Podcast War Room, where we got all types of updates. I mean, even because football season is basically officially on us. It's gonna be a lot of trash talk.
A lot of trash talk. So y'all need to make sure y'all follow.
So y'all just follow us and everything. And without further ado, kick that theme music. Yo, what is going on?
Nothing much.
Yeah, man.
Week
1 is in the books. Yo. Now, we talked a little bit off camera, but why the Jets fan flipping the Boyd?
Well, that's his move and my move for week 1. I mean, we'll get into that a little later on, but
Yeah.
I feel his pain. If that makes any type of sense.
Yeah. But yeah, like we said, week 1 is in the books, and let's go ahead and jump into the show. So we got a couple of notable injuries from week 1, which was crazy because I've never seen people just go down in 1 week like that. J.K. Dobbins, he tore his Achilles. He is out for the year.
That hurt.
That kind of hurts, but I don't think it's a blow like everybody's making it out to be. Here's the blow. This is going to shake up the AFC East. Aaron Rodgers, we learned today, is done for the year with an Achilles.
Big ouch.
Man. And I was hoping for the Jets to contend, so that shakes up my predictions. Like,
it shakes up everybody's predictions.
Right. And your guy Cam Hayward, he's out for 8 weeks.
Yeah, I think 8 weeks. Yep.
With a groin injury. So prayers up to those guys, man. Hopefully these teams, some teams, I don't know, like the Jets, I don't think they could absorb this one, or the Steelers defense, I don't think they can really absorb it. But prayers up to everybody who suffered injuries, and hopefully y'all can absorb them and keep it moving. All right, so let's do a quick recap of a few notable games from week 1. My first one, I'm not going to say I'm shocked, because if you listen to our prediction show, I said the Browns could possibly ruin somebody's Christmas. Cincinnati came to town. Cincinnati came to town and left with an L. They only mustered, with all that firepower they got, they only mustered 3 points.
I never thought that would happen.
I thought it was going to happen, but I didn't think it was going to happen like that.
No, not 3 points, not for Cincinnati.
Right. Now, little context, Joe Burrow does not have a winning record against the Cleveland Browns. If my memory serves me correct, he's either 1-5 or 1-6. Let us know in the comments, and you'll help us out.
I think it's 1-5. Though.
Yeah, 1-5. He's been 1-5 because they play each other twice a year. Stat line was horrible. Now, mind you, you got paid Saturday. Just got paid. It's Saturday night. He got paid.
Was it Saturday or was it Saturday? Or was it in the middle of the Chiefs-Lions game?
It was somewhere between Thursday and Saturday. I want to say it was 24 hours before that game that he signed that contract.
Okay.
The richest contract in the league. Highest paid NFL player in history for right now. And your stat line, you mustered 82 yards passing. Got benched.
Yep.
I think he's still hurt, but that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, and it's talk. I'm sorry to cut you off, but it's talk that he wasn't there during much time of the off season. I mean, not the off season, training camp.
Yeah, he missed
and preseason. And so I don't think we'll see that version of Burrow anymore. Not that stat line. Now, not saying that he's not going to lose.
No.
But
I
don't think we'll see that again, man. That was horrible. things just week one, things moving a lot fast or whatever. And then his offensive line played bad. Like Myles Garrett and company was constantly in his face the whole entire game. I'm gonna let you continue.
I'm glad you said that. Myles Garrett and his cohorts were really, they was in his lap the entire game. And, hey, should have paid for the offensive line. But anyway, let's switch gears real quick. So, speaking of Burrow's contract, okay, it was, and I do apologize. It was the Thursday before the Bengals buses left for Cleveland. $275 million, 5 years, worth more, and he gets $219 million guaranteed to lay an egg. I tell you, boy, listen. Like I said, I really feel like it was fluky because, like you said, he was hurt most of the off season and training camp and stuff. I think he missed between 6 and 7 weeks of training camp. He ain't really getting no reps until week 1. So, like you said, we're not going to see that version of Joe Burrow. But Cincinnati, hey, y'all on the clock. Super Bowl window is kind of it's teetering a little bit. Not saying that y'all are gonna win it this year, but hey, y'all got some stuff to do, especially with those receivers, man. Nick Bosa got his money. 5-year, $107 million contract, $34 million in the new, but $34 million per year. And it gets $188.9 million at signing.
Yeah, he got paid.
He got the money. So
I think he deserves it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Nick Bosa, I mean, and his brother, good gracious. Them Bosa boys, I mean, they challenging the Watts.
Hey, watch him out.
They challenging the Watts now. I'm just saying.
I don't know. We can discuss that though. Nick, the Bosa versus Watt. We can challenge that.
It ain't quite there because they got some defensive player of the years in between them. And we can't. There ain't no comparison, man. There's really no comparison yet. So
not yet, right?
A big story, and not the. Well, I ain't trying to rush it, but we got a new segment coming, but. Mike Evans. Now, this one is weird because the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did not give him an extension. So he's ready to go out. So he's possible. Well, I can say possible. He's going to be a free agent at the end of the year.
Yep.
Listen to me. Whoever picks up Mike Evans, 30 years old and all.
Hey, he's still balling.
I mean, he has a small injury past, but that doesn't mean nothing. Right. Whoever picks him up, that could possibly be his last contract for his career. But whoever picks him up, man, y'all about to be nice. Y'all wide receiver room is going to get a significant upgrade. Don't know who, don't know where, but that wide receiver room is going to get a significant upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's press forward. So we're going to debut a new segment for the 2023 NFL season. And that segment is called the Big Dummy of the Week.
Mm-hmm.
You big dummy.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you. So, my Quan, who is your big dummy of the week?
I got to go with Josh Allen. 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 236 yards passing, 29 completions out of 41 attempts. He played horrible. Not horrible. Let me rephrase that. The way he puts his body on the line, the way he turned over the ball, he doesn't get a lot of like they say, smoke towards him. We gave Dak Prescott a hard time leading the league in interceptions. We pretty much give almost all Dallas Cowboys a hard time. Nobody never talks about Josh Allen and his struggles of turning over the ball. He's also 0-5 in overtime, including the postseason. Really? So anytime you got Josh Allen in overtime, you're likely to win. He's just, I mean, they supposed to win this game. the chemistry was there between him and Stephon Diggs, was great to see. Number one receiver, starting quarterback. That chemistry is great. But when you just pretty much, I know for at least 2 interceptions, he just threw the ball. and like carelessly. Like I don't know whether he was giving them to win. I don't know whether it's some type of strip or something the NFL got going on where he just gave the ball away. But you're not going to win like that, especially what we was hoping before this injury with Aaron Rodgers that it was going to be a competitive division, which I still think it is, because I'm not going to lie. I was not big on the Jets. I didn't see it. I really didn't.
You sure
but
did.
I can say that their defense is legit. They went in there and they beat Josh Allen. That's not easy to do, especially when the guy is throwing 40, 50 balls in the game with the amount of weapons that he has at his, exposure. So yeah, but he sold the game, man. I mean, you just can't win like that. Josh Allen has so much hype around him year in and year out. The kid even made Madden 24, which I still don't understand how. But nevertheless, he has a lot of hype behind him, and I think a lot of things that he does wrong is overlooked because it's Josh Allen.
It's Josh Allen.
I'm calling him out on his BS this week. He's my big dummy for this
week. So you heard it here. Josh Allen's gonna be the big dummy. Shut a turntable.
Good.
You big dummy.
Yes, Fred. Thank you. He's a big dummy. All right. So my big dummy is related to your big dummy. My big dummy is the Buffalo Bills special teams. How in the world you let a young man by the name of Xavier Gibson
rookie? I think he just signed his
undrafted
contract the day before the game.
Yeah. Hard Knocks. He was on Hard Knocks. His story's amazing. And now I get it. It's a divisional matchup.
Yes.
I get it as a divisional matchup. But how does your cover team let go of something like that? Now, everybody pump your brakes. Don't get mad at me because, yes, that was a tripping call. That should have been called to bring the touchdown back.
What?
They showed it on ESPN.
I got to watch that again.
Yeah, watch the last that return. And Joe Buck and Troy Aikman was like, "It's a tripping call that should have been called back." Then they got their resident referee.
Well, I feel like they would have won.
Yeah, I feel like they would have won because they would have drove down the field. Because Buffalo defense, ain't nobody checking for them.
Their defensive line is horrible.
Horrible.
Brees Hall had over 100 yards and 2 carries.
Yeah, and Dalvin Cook. All he had to do was play clean up, basically.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You don't want to get into no run battle with the Jets. I'm sorry. Like, Hall playing the way he did off of injury, and then they got Cook to complement that.
Yeah.
Yo, that's dangerous.
That was tough. That was tough. So, yeah, it was a tripping call. Alleged tripping call. But honestly, and I'm piggybacking off yours, this game would not have come down to no overtime if it wasn't for the almighty Josh Allen.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He turned the ball over, I don't know how many times last night. He had 3 picks. I
feel like he would have lost either way, especially if Aaron Rodgers was healthy on the field.
True.
Throwing those amount of picks.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, I can blame the special teams for giving them such an easy win, but at the same time, with the position they was in, I mean, the Jets was hungry for that win. Like I was telling you off camera, they sold MetLife Stadium out last night.
Yeah, they did.
And they may not be big to y'all, but that stadium has not been sold out like that since the Super Bowl was there. So, I mean, that's quite a bit. People came to see Aaron Rodgers and this great defense, which I still feel like they can win some hard-fought battles, depending on how that will, that was.
Right.
I mean, I just really applaud them for taking such a major L, because that really hurts. I mean, I was hoping that it wasn't that serious. But that really, I mean, that hurts big time. That really hurts big time.
It hurts to the point that they they still pulled it out. I mean,
yeah, I mean, I think they played for Aaron and they played for themselves because I feel like they was an underdog anyway.
Yeah.
Just man, I mean, it was a good game though, man. It really was.
It was. But a little background for your big dummy of the week. He has 2,277 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 10 picks in 10 games versus the Jets. So this is something that's
okay. Maybe not surprising.
Listen, now he got a winning record. He's 6-4. You know, he 2 games over 500 against the Jets. But his stat line is atrocious, and he just added to it last night. So going back, my big dummy is the Buffalo Bills special teams. You cannot, if you go back and look and see how they set it up, masterful by the Jets. The blocking was amazing. But Buffalo Bills special teams, y'all are my big dummy. Mm-hmm. Come through, Fred.
You big dummy.
Yep, you big dummy. But yeah, so like we said at the top, week 1 was interesting, man. Like week 1 was everybody. It was like everybody struggled, but then you had this one game.
Slapped in the mouth.
Some people, ooh, boy, there's a couple of teams that got smacked, but we ain't even gonna go down that road today. But it's like out of all the games, and I watched this actual game, the Dolphins and the Chargers, though, that game was ridiculous. 7 lead changes.
I don't know what the deal is between Hill and the Chargers, but Tyreek Hill has averaged 1 or more touchdowns in the last 14 games against the Chargers.
But you got to think about it. He was the same division with the Chargers for a few years.
That's true.
He was Aaron Rodgers' go-to man. Not Aaron Rodgers, but Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes. Right.
I'm sorry, Casey. Don't come at me like that. But he was Mahomes' guy.
Yeah.
And speaking of Mahomes, like he was running for his life, man. I swear. Like I don't know what's going on, but I think that's an anomaly because they usually start off slow and then win the Super Bowl.
They normally fly underneath the radar for the majority of the season until people realize, oh, the Chiefs actually are here right now.
Yeah.
But I think that game was sort of 1-2. Big ups to the Lions, though. We already know the hype and expectations of them. I will say this. I'm not saying that they wouldn't have won with Travis Kelce. I'm not saying they would have lost to Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. I would like to see that full picture of the Chiefs offense, not including those drops that was going on. I mean, 6 drops, with 2 of them in the red zone. So I mean, a lot of things going on. So yeah, it was a good game though. I like the first half of that first half. Dan Campbell made a statement.
Yes, sir.
By going forward on 4th down. In
the shadow of his own end zone. It was at that moment the Detroit Lions took the momentum. People say momentum is not real. No, y'all didn't watch that game. Listen, momentum is a real thing. But before we sign off, man, big shout out to everybody in the war room, man. Y'all guys, listen. Y'all funny. Y'all are funny, man. So I mean, if y'all want to know why they funny, y'all need to get on Facebook and hit us up in the war room. We'll gladly let you in there. We know we got the football pool going on this year. We redoing it again from last year. Buffalo messed me up. I tried to creep up a little bit, but nah, they didn't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, I feel like I'm the big dummy of the week. I forgot one game before we sign off, man. What? Now, one New York team won.
Yep.
The other New York team, I mean, come on, yo.
I think I'll let you. If you want to take your take,
I can take my take. I can say it about 3 words.
Okay.
That won't right. Go ahead. You know what? Hold on. Before you take your take, I got to get the New York Football Giants the big dummy. Y'all got to get it, man.
Wow.
I got to get it to him because the first drive, yo, I'm like, okay, y'all got something going. Like, okay, you know, but then I kind of re-looked at that first drive. I'm like, Daniel Jones was running. He was running for his life.
Yeah.
He was running for his life. And then from that block field goal on.
Yeah, I was just about to mention that. Yeah.
When it was 26-0, I said, Cowboys going to hang 50. Click.
If they would have scored, if Giants would have came back and scored, I believe they would have. They just needed something good to happen. Yeah. Anything. They couldn't even get the field goal that they wanted. And like you were saying, with momentum, Cowboys really didn't do anything offensively that wowed me. I think they did enough. They took advantage of the mistakes that Daniel Jones and the New York Football Giants did, and they scored points, and the Giants wasn't. I will say that majority of that game, Cowboys beat the Giants to the point of attack. Which is they just seemed much faster than them. They couldn't. I mean, the defense played great. Yeah, man.
Outstanding lead there with leaving with a goose egg. They played outstanding.
Whew. That goose egg thing on national television on prime time.
Yeah, man. You get one of them like 1 o'clock, 4:25. But prime time.
Everybody. I mean. And this, I don't think we've seen a game with those two like this.
Never.
NBC. I mean, I think that's the reason why they were on NBC for prime time. I mean, they expected a game, but literally they could not finish a drive, sustained drive. Just a horrible game. I mean, hopefully it's just week one. Hopefully it's just week one for a lot of teams that we've been mentioning here.
Right.
Yeah, but it was just one of those weeks, man. I mean, whatever you was expecting to happen, it was the reverse of that. The total reverse of that. So,
and all jokes aside, I gave y'all the big dummy, but I was just messing with y'all. I don't want New York City and East Rutherford, New Jersey to come after me. But if y'all do, hit us up in the comments and like it and share the video. If you're gonna come at me. But With those Giants, I really feel like it was an anomaly because, like you said, the whole league kind of struggled overall in week one. You know what I'm saying? Teams that we thought, like you said, the expectations from those teams, they kind of withered. And I kind of blame that on a lot of factors. I blame that on the longer season. They need to go back to the old regular season. The preseason. No starters outside of maybe Kansas City and maybe a handful of other teams played their starters at least a few snaps. So everybody came out looking rusty. And then you still got some lingering injuries. More games, more injuries. Yeah. But that's neither here nor there.
Also, I kind of think it balanced each other out because I don't know, man. Like I said, like I was telling you, this week one thing has I don't think we ever seen nothing like this, man. I mean, and Rodgers goes down for the season for the Achilles.
Yeah.
Just all different types of just crazy nonsense. Honestly, I want the 4 weeks of preseason back.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, it may not seem like a lot, but that week off before regular season, I feel like that's a part of slow starts, especially for a lot of these. Because, week 4, they would at least started some starters for at least first quarter. Yeah. And Patrick Mahomes, when you mentioned Patrick Mahomes, he even struggled in the preseason. They couldn't sustain the drive either during the preseason, but just too much rest time. We already been starving for football for over 200-something days. Then they got us on a short week. They gave us 3 weeks of preseason, and then we go a whole another week without football. It's just, bring the 4 weeks back. You can still keep the week extra on regular season. I don't mind it.
Just, or make at least one of them. And I know this idea might sound stupid to everybody that's probably watching, but make at least one of them preseason games count. You know what I'm saying? That way your starters will get those quality reps. Because going into week 1, you looking at your team, and I know a lot of people had heartburn Sunday.
Ooh, I know I did.
Boy, let me tell you, we won, but boy, that heartburn crept up because we looked at. Ew. We looked really lethargic, if that makes sense. I mean, but we pulled it out though. But you know, can't say the same.
For tough matchups, you can tell that a lot of people needed those quality reps.
Yeah.
That week off was just. I mean, I'll speak for the Steelers. I just got. I mean, we're on the platform, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think nobody that played this current week could have beat 49ers the way Prudy played and that defense. I mean, that's just a hard week 1 game.
Yeah,
not making any excuses for us, but that's just a tough week 1 game. Anytime you go against elite defense, like I know it would have been a tough game. It was still a tough game for Josh Allen with that defense. Just anytime you face a good physical defense like that, it's just tough.
Yeah.
And
I feel like the season is going to kind of level out about week 4, week 5, 6, between 4 and 6. That's when it kind of levels out, and then we see who's who. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right now we don't know who.
Nah, boy, it's like it's a tale of two cities right here. But with that, we're gonna go ahead and call it right here. You know, it's a good show, man. Like really good show.
Oh yeah.
And like in community, let us know what you think, man. Put it in the comments. Let us know what's going on. Let us know how you feel about what transpired in week 1. And even about whether or not preseason should be a thing where it actually counts. At least one of those games counts. You know, if you disagree, put it in the comments. If you agree, do. And always, man, you know, help us by you doing that. It supports the channel. You just don't know, but it does support the channel. And everybody that support, we appreciate you guys, man. From the bottom of our hearts, we appreciate you guys. So, you got anything you want to add to it, brother?
Not at all. On week 2.
All right. So, this has been the Back Porch Sports Podcast with your man Fonz
and Quan.
And we out.